pitch is looped towards shortstop. Petroselli's back. He's got it. The Red Sox win. And pandemonium on the field.
Welcome to the Great American Collectibles Show, brought to you each week by the National Sports Collectors Convention. Join us every Wednesday evening at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time and get the latest news from the greatest experts in the sports collectibles world. You can watch us on the Great American Collectibles Facebook page, as well as YouTube, or you can listen to us on Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, or any of your favorite podcast platforms. And now your hosts, award-winning sports collectibles author Tom Zappala and Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petroselli.
Rick, how you doing, brother?
How are you? Very good, Steve. Tom.
Hey, listen, first of all, Jeff Weisenberg, welcome.
Yes.
Jeff from the National Card Investors. Jeff is with us for the whole hour, and we're pretty psyched. You know why? You know why, Rick? Because he is a vintage guy. But, Rico, I got to thank you, and Louis we both have to thank you on behalf of John Mallory.
Yes.
Mallory, you're jumping in for JM today. Now, JM called me yesterday and says, Zap, I'm sick. But
how sick does John have to be for that to happen?
I think he eloped.
Oh, it's highly possible.
I think
he is sick.
I think he's eloping, man. I'm just telling you, I got a vibe there. I got a feeling. He was in Maine. They were scoping out some areas in Maine. I'm thinking, baby, that he may have pulled the trigger.
I think he would have told you.
You think? You think we'll get invited to that wedding, Louis, Rico?
No, definitely not.
No, not if he's smart.
Yeah. Jeff, how are you, man?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Great to see you.
Hey, welcome to the Great American
Really?
Collectibles Show. Tom Zapp, my partner in crime, Red Sox Hall of Famer, Rico Petroselli, Louis Blasi of Sirius XM Radio Hall of Fame, not Hall of Fame, but Fame. And Jeff Weisenberg is our guest from the National Card Investors. That's the name of his shop in Northborough, Jeff, right?
Northborough, correct.
Northborough. Remember, you can listen to us on Pandora, Spotify, any one of your favorite platforms. Watch us on YouTube, Facebook Live. We're all over the place. I think that covers everything. All right, we want to get into it here because, Jeff, you're a man of my heart. You're a vintage guy. What prompted us to get in touch with you is Sports Collectors Daily did a nice story on you about a couple of months ago on one of the few truly vintage shops in the country. Now, I know you're not 100% vintage, correct? What are you, about 80-20?
Maybe 80-20, maybe 90-10.
90-10 vintage.
Yeah.
And especially in today's day and age, I think, Rico,
Jeff, what made you get into vintage? Take us back when you started and all that.
I started in 1978 with a company called Rotman Collectibles, who eventually grew into one of the biggest auction houses and collectible businesses in the country. Good friends of my family. And I worked there for 17 years till 95 when I started this company. And I think the reason I stayed vintage is when I became a high school teacher in 2001, it was like the boom of the start of the modern cards. And I just never, while teaching, really paid attention to it. I just stayed in my lane and stayed with the vintage and never really wanted to learn about the shiny stuff. So I just didn't do it. So now 24 years later, retiring from teaching, I decided to open up my card store and stay in the lane and vintage.
Louis, jump in here, baby, anytime you want.
The 10% or 20% that you say you're in, are you being dragged in reluctantly, or are you just kind of warming up to it a little bit?
No, I think it's you get offered collections and you buy bigger deals, and some of those bigger deals have modern cards in it. I don't pursue modern cards. I don't sell modern unopened packs. Like, you can't come in here and get Bowman Chrome or Panini or any of that stuff. I don't have it, and I don't want to spend the time trying to procure that. It's just too much work, and it's very hard to get. And some weeks you might get it, and some weeks you might not get it.
We've talked about this ad nauseum on this show, Jeff. But I'm a real proponent. As a matter of fact, I'm going back and forth this week with a couple of big time collectors. A couple of days ago, there was a big news story on a card that sold, the Logo Man card, and it was a Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant card, right? I believe. Signed, sold for $12.5 million. One of the three investors was, I can't remember his name. What's his
Shark
name?
Tank, Kevin.
Kevin on from Shark, whatever it's called. Shark Tank. And he was one of three investors. And my take on this, and I've talked to this to many of our sponsors and many vintage people. Manufactured rarities. I mean, how crazy is it going to get with manufactured rarities? I mean, a card company comes out, they create a one-of-one card. It's a Michael Jordan, it's a Kobe Bryant card that they make, signed by both of them, and it sells for $12 million. I mean, how crazy is this going to get? And what's going to happen now to some of these new modern cards? Is this the beginning of skyrocketing prices for manufactured rarities?
I think so. I mean, I don't really believe in the $12.5 million modern card, but if these companies see that they can produce this, and just to bring something quick up, the guy who had the Babe Ruth cut signed by all the all-time greats, all the GOATs, the thing about that is most of them are still alive, so they can continue to produce these rare one-of-ones with Brady, with all the GOATs, and they can make these cards because they're still here. Gretzky,
Exactly.
Brady
and
Jordan.
Rogers.
Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, Rico, that's
Rogers.
right.
No.
No, not Rogers, but no, I know.
Yeah,
I know what he's saying. I mean, the point here is that, and we've talked about it. Babe Ruth is dead. Lou Gehrig is dead. Ty Cobb is dead. They're not coming back. Okay, but there are so many different combinations of cards that these manufacturers. It's an infinite number.
Yep. And they can use
is that bad, Jeff and Tom and Lou? Is that bad?
I don't think that a man-made card like that should be worth more than a 52 Mantle or a Hannes Wagner or a Gem 10 Aaron rookie or anything like that. But they like we talked, they have the ability to produce these because most of these guys are still with us.
Still around.
They could do a Brady Jordan card tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
Louis, what are your thoughts on that? I've never asked you this.
Well, we're all from Massachusetts, right?
Yep.
What's the best-selling manufactured rarity in Massachusetts? Scratch
Right
ticket.
now, I would say that's a good. Well, Brady. It's got. I mean, the Brady card.
No, I mean, our mentality in Massachusetts is we buy scratch tickets out the wazoo. Scratch tickets are manufactured rarity. People want to hit the jackpot. They love taking a crack at the jackpot, and buying a pack and possibly getting a $1,000 card or a $5,000 or $10,000 card. They love that possibility.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with you except for one little component. With that lottery card, that card has a fixed value on it. $1 million, 100,000, whatever it is. But with the other card, with that sports card, there isn't a fixed dollar on it. It's what the market will bear. The card, you may buy the card and pay $100 for it, and then all of a sudden, because of maybe some marketing or whatever, that card becomes a $10,000 card.
That's what I don't get with that card because they paid $12,000. Was it?
12 million.
I'm sorry, 12 million.
$12.5 million.
Is it going to be worth 24 million 5 years from now? Is
Exactly.
that what you're thinking?
That's the point. My point is, I think I hope I'm wrong, but I honestly think that it's gonna collapse. Very similar to buying, I don't want to say a penny stock, but for every one person that made $1 million on NVIDIA or one of those AI stocks, 100 people lost money on 100 other companies that never made it. And I think the premise is really the same. I think it's speculation. And you're gambling. I think you're gambling.
Are you saying that it's bad for the business? I say it's good for the business because I found out about it. It was on TV, national TV.
And I don't disagree with that.
They showed the card. This went for 12.5, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it was.
More than Mantle. They said that too. Now, if I'm watching that, I'm saying, wow. Holy jeez.
But will they broadcast the news story if 5 years from now or 2 years from now, that card sells for $1.5 million.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No,
No, I
they-
understand, but I mean a new card. Let's say the next card comes out to whomever,
and it's going to
you know,
sell for 14 million.
right.
right?
Okay, so will that help get people into the business?
Here's
So I'm
here's-
thinking industry, helping
Well,
the industry grow.
It could,
and continue.
Rico. It could, but I firmly hold ground that
All right.
it's important for whoever's buying that card, not 12 million, but for a 25-year-old kid that's buying a $4,000 Roman Anthony signed one of 10 cards. I'm hoping that same kid really diversifies his portfolio and considers buying that PSA 3 Gaudy Babe Ruth or that T205 Ty Cobb, not a PSA 10, but a PSA 2 or 3. Diversify the portfolio so that you have a solid foundation.
Well, that's what they need to hear. They need to hear somebody to teach them this, the situation where you can, make things balanced off with the modern, and the vintage. What you're saying is good.
Jeff, I want to ask you a question. The name of your company is National Card Investors, which I like that. Why the name?
So when I left Rotman's in '95 to start this company, I left it to join 2 other people, and I think our idea for that was probably more of them than me, but was that we wanted to tell the people in this industry that we would travel around the country to buy collections and that we would sell product to everybody in this country, not just local. I mean, one of us was in Florida, one of us was in New York, and I was in Massachusetts, and we just wanted people to know that we were willing to travel wherever it took us to buy collections.
Interesting.
Okay. What are some of the key items that you have
in the store now?
Yeah,
Rico, there's so much stuff. I mean, I've got from graded cards to raw cards to original artwork to memorabilia from the 1800s. I've got the team photo with Shoeless Joe Jackson on the back wall. I've got the trophy that Jim Kelly got for being in the Ring of Fame in Buffalo because he sold it in a charity auction. I mean, it's
good stuff.
Also, what about T cards, Jeff? Do you got T205s, T207s?
I have some 05s and 06s. I bought a small collection a little while back. I just sold the Cobb, but I have a couple top pop Carolina Brights commons, for a rare back. I've got some stars.
What about Gaudy, play balls, stuff like that?
I do have a bunch of Gaudys. Nothing big right now. No Roos, no Gehrigs, but some minor Hall of Famers, lots of commons.
Something that's the stuff. That's the stuff that I like. That's what got me into this hobby. I don't know, how many years ago, because
about 100.
Those cards that you're talking about, a guy can walk in and spend $75 on a card, or $100 on a card, and it's not going to break the bank. And he's got his foot in the door. He's learning about vintage. He doesn't have to come in and buy a T2O Cobb, a T206 greenback Cobb PSA 8 and pay 30, 40 grand for it.
Not at all. And they could see that, just the beauty of those vintage cards. They just, again, not the shiny stuff, just gorgeous lithography and very well produced and beautiful images. And
they are nice cards.
Do you have anything in the store, Jeff, where you say, I don't know if I really want to sell this?
Probably not in the store. I think when I opened the doors, I didn't want to make it a museum. I didn't want to have people come in and just gawk at stuff that didn't have a price on it. I mean, I have my own PC, my personal collection, and none of that is really here because I didn't believe I wanted to get involved in doing that. So no, there's really nothing in here that's not able to walk out the door, and nothing in here is priced with it. It's not going to walk out the door because nobody's paying that.
Jeff, what about third-party grading? Are you impartial to? Is it impartial or partial, Lou?
Partial.
Thank you. Are you partial to any particular third grading company? PSA, SGC? Who's your favorite?
I am. It's SGC, and Dave.
Which,
Foreman,
by the way, they're owned by PSA.
Yeah, I know. Dave Foreman, was a good friend of mine. He helped me out in a big way. I have a collection of about 80,000 original Topps progressive proofs that were bought at the 1989 Guernseys auction, and Dave stepped up after years of badgering him to actually slab the cards for me, which he did pre-COVID. Obviously at this point we've stopped because we're not cutting them. We haven't really done anything with them, and now the company's owned by PSA. But I've always been biased to SGC. I love the holders. I think the grading's consistent, and I just don't think they're going to be around much longer the way it looks.
In your bio on the site, it talks about you grading for Rotmans and still grading today. What's your general take on the state of the industry about grading, and what's your advice for people about getting grades and where to go? And
I kind of, people come in and ask me about that, and I kind of give them like this rule. If the grading fee is like 10% of the value of the card of the grade you think it's going to get, and you're going to sell the card, send it out. Get it done. But if you're just going to start sending in, which is why there's such a backlog now, if you're just going to start sending stuff in at $15, $20, $25 a card, I don't believe it's even worth it. I've got majority of my cards in my store are raw. And I've got Mantles, Mazes, Aarons, Clementis, Koufaxes, all those guys not graded. I just think that, you can sell raw cards for the same price as you can, and they're not going to be gone for 3 or 4 months, and you're not going to spend the money. But if the value is there, absolutely need to send it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Well,
I wanted to
in the notes that I was given, it says, speaking of French, of
Wait,
Orlando.
you actually read them?
See how I get abused, Jeff?
he's reading them now.
Thank you.
Orlando Cepeda, you said he's in your personal collection and a friend of yours?
He was literally one of my best, if not my best friend, since I was 10 years old.
No kidding, because he was
Great
our
That's
first
right.
DH.
Rico, you
Yep.
guys played together.
Of
Hey,
course.
Louis, I sent you. I don't know if you could pull it off, but I sent you an image that I wanted to chat about. I forgot to send. If you can't, there's not a big deal. If you can,
Who are you talking to?
How did you send it to me?
I texted it to you.
Okay.
Oh, to Lou. I was saying that.
Yeah. So Lou, Rico and Orlando, you guys played together for 1 year, Rick?
Yeah. He was the DH. In fact, I hit behind him.
He couldn't run though. I
No,
recall.
he has bad knee. But I tell you what, boy, I watched him. He used to have a big, heavy bat, but he would thin down the handle, and they used to try to throw inside. Figuring he's older, his leg, boy, he turned on, boy. And he could hit. He
had a pretty good year at the end of his career with the Red Sox.
He had a hell of a year.
Now hold on,
80,
Rick.
90
Correct
runs.
me, Rico. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
Oh, of course.
wasn't he the starting first baseman for the '67 Cardinals?
That's right.
Right?
MVP.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Now it came back. I forgot that prior to that you played against him, and he was unbelievable.
Oh,
Luckily,
well, the
luckily
Giant.
for me, I know him post-career, and I wasn't born in '67, so I could be a Cardinals fan for that year.
That team,
Oh,
I'll
okay.
tell you what, Jeff,
that's all right.
that team was really special. That '67 Cardinal team was very good with
Oh, they were
Bob
a
Gibson
great
and
team. They were the best
Julian
team in baseball.
Javier, Mike
Yep.
Shannon. That was a good team. Roger Maris,
Maris was in right field, and then
Kurt Flood
Lou
Lou Brock. Oh
Lou
my
Brock.
God.
Brock was a great.
Tim
player.
McCarver, right?
Yeah. Keep going.
Oh my God.
How many more names?
How did you guys even stick with them for 7
Yep.
games?
7 games.
7 games we took them to.
Yeah,
I know
and they-
that. I mean, you
They were
guys
better
were
than
good.
them except for Gibson. They would have beat him with except for
Oh
Gibson.
yeah. Gibson was.
Oh,
67.
yeah, that's right. They had
Gibson
like
won
Ray
3 games.
Washburn. They didn't have a great pitching staff other than Bob Gibson. You're right.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
they had
But then again, you guys only had Jim Lomborg and Santiago, Jose. But I mean, it was a little lean. I guess
Well, it's
Jordan-
different. Yeah, that was a whole. The both teams, they were completely different teams. This one, the Cardinals had some great players, Hall of Famers, guys that should be in the Hall of Fame, and we had a young team.
Yeah.
One at that time, probably Yaz, especially with that year, future Hall of Famer. But we were fortunate that there was a 4-team race, and and we won it. It was a
That was
very
a hell
exciting.
of a match.
Yeah, it was
listen, we're
good.
going to take a break in about a minute. We are chatting with Jeff Weisenberg from National Card Investors. Petroselli is in the house. Enrico, again, I can't thank you enough for jumping in. I know
Well,
that you had a really busy schedule today, doing absolutely nothing.
Don't say that. I got to vacuum the living room.
All right, listen, we're going to take a quick break. Jeff, when we come back, it's the highlight of the Great American Collectibles Show. It's called the AI NBA Basketball Tournament.
Ooh.
This week's game.
Lou, can you wait? Aren't you so excited?
I'm so excited.
I can't wait.
You guys both suck. How's that?
No,
You both
no,
suck.
it's wonderful. It's a great thing you've done.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Hang in there. We'll be right back.
Where's Jeff from? Jeff, where are you, Lou?
Northborough.
I'm Rebecca Curry, a two-time child cancer survivor, recipient, and advocate for Lucy's Love Bus. The mission of Lucy's Love Bus, 501c3 nonprofit, is to provide joy, comfort, and quality of life for the entire family of children with cancer. Since 2006, they have delivered love and comfort to over 3,000 children with cancer and their family members across New England. The dream of Lucy Grogan, an 11-year-old cancer patient, was to help kids with cancer who are suffering right now, before there is a cure, by offering free, integrative therapies like art, music, horseback riding, and many other activities. Unfortunately, Lucy passed away, but her dream lives on, and today Lucy's Love Bus is thriving.
I'm Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petroselli. I hope that you'll consider supporting Lucy's Love Bus and all of those children who have been stricken by cancer. The Great American Collectibles Show is partnering with Lucy's Love Bus to help these kids. Let's continue Lucy's dream. Please go to lucyslovebus.org for more information.
Since 1996, Brian Drent and the staff at Denver's Mile High Card Company have led the charge in the collectibles hobby. Mile High is a full-service dealer specializing in buying and selling cards and offers a competitive consignment program for all collectors. Whether it be their computerized want list service, appraisals, or auction services, Mile High has it all. If you've been searching for a company with a selection of high-grade vintage 1888 to 1970 baseball cards and memorabilia that shares your passion, aim high, Mile High. Go to milehighcardco.com or call 303-840-2784 for more information.
This is Brian Drent, president of Mile High Card Company. Is your sports card and memorabilia collection properly insured? For easily replaced personal property, homeowners insurance is all most people need. But for prized possessions that you may have spent a lifetime collecting, it doesn't go nearly far enough. Collectibles Insurance Services has been insuring for over 50 years. They offer a full range of protection and a $0 deductible at an affordable rate with no appraisals required. I know because they insure my collection. If you have a minute, go to collectinsure.com and learn more about insuring your personal card or memorabilia collection.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auctions, here to remind you that the renowned Memory Lane Collectibles Company has served as a beacon of light to the collecting community for the past several decades. Indeed, folks, it has been our utmost privilege and pleasure to provide the most enthusiastic collectors with an abundance of the finest sports cards and memorabilia for America's most coveted sports personalities via our world-class auctions. Whether you choose either a private sale transaction or the auction route, Memory Lane cordially invites you to reach out to us to maximize the value of your prized possessions. Also, it is not just sales that we pride ourselves on being the best of the rest, because if you are seeking a particular keepsake for your esteemed gathering, we will be relentless in our quest to find that special piece to fulfill your collecting dreams. So no time to wait. Reach out to us today for the purposes of capitalizing on our unparalleled marketing capabilities. Simply pick up the phone and dial 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE, or find us on the World Wide Web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Now is the time for your valued consignment to ultimately become another one of Memory Lane's record-setting prices.
How would you like to own the bat that was used by your favorite player when he hit that towering home run or game-winning base hit? Now look no further than JT Sports, specializing in the sale and authentication of professional game-used bats. As the official authenticators of professional model game-used bats for PSA DNA, JT Sports will guarantee the authenticity of any bat purchased from them. JT Sports also buys and sells game-worn uniforms, gloves, and baseball equipment. The unique quality of the collectible is what JT Sports is all about. Give them a call at 609-487-8003 or check them out at GameUseBats.com.
Okay, we are back. That was good intro music, Lou.
Yeah, I like that.
It was good.
I put them there beforehand, and sometimes I got to put them in after it. I lose track.
That's quite all right. Hey, before we get into this,
I was so interested in catching Rico out of the chair. I was just hoping.
I just made it.
Look,
Didn't
Jeff,
I?
Jeff, we have come back. One time in particular, when we were in Florida, we were doing the show. I was in my home, and Rico was in his home, and we come back from the break, and behind Rico there was a closet, and Rico was in the closet rummaging through it, looking for a vacuum cleaner or something like that, whatever the hell it was.
He had the vacuum.
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
I'm just telling you. That's all.
Anyway.
Listen, before we get into the greatest part of the show, Lou, you were talking about how for years all you talked about was how smitten you were with Tom Brady. Well, I think I'm as smitten with Roman Anthony as you were for Tom Brady. This kid is just going to be a star.
I was smitten with him till the home run in Yankee Stadium, and it wasn't the home run, which was storybook. It was a great moment. It was awesome.
Flip.
The bat
flip. The bat flip was unbelievable.
Because that said the kid is here. There was passion, there was investment, there was a little bit of swag in there. It's like he ceased being a rookie and a kid, and he's a player now.
Rico, did you ever flip a bat like that?
No.
Did you ever flip a bat?
It wasn't that bad a bat flip.
No, we had no bat flips. You put the bat
I know, but
down.
if you hit a shot and it was like a game winner, you didn't flip the bat at all?
No, it threw the bat. You hit it. You look at it. You throw the bat like that, and you're looking to see if make sure it goes out.
Can you imagine the bat flip with Bob Gibson?
Oh God,
ended
you
up in the
crazy?
hospital.
That's with just about anybody.
Yeah.
If you do that, it just you didn't show up the.
So if you did that, they would definitely throw at you.
You're down. Yeah,
I love it. I think we need more of it. I do
too. I think
celebrate.
It's great.
You do well, celebrate. It's good for the game. I mean, Jazz Chisholm goes a little bit too far, but celebrate.
I agree with you, Louis. I think it's good for the game. All right, it's time for the GAX AI All-Time NBA Basketball Tourney, powered by Danny, the baseball savant, and sponsored by our good friend Paul Borges and PB Collectibles. Go to PB Collectibles for your favorite cards. And by the way, don't forget, if you have a bitch about this segment, don't call me. Call either Paul or Danny. I don't want to hear it.
No, you run the show. You're the captain. You're responsible for all of
this. I'm bailing. All right. This week's tournament game, we are down to, after this game, we are down to the Final Four. And so this is the last game of the Elite Eight.
It's not final enough.
I'm sorry?
It's not final enough.
See, Jeff, I get no respect. None whatsoever. But that's okay. I digress.
This might have been good in December, but I don't know about August.
All right. Week 8, this was a great game because the teams are very close, Rico. We have the 1991, number 8, 1991-92 Chicago Bulls versus the 1996-97 Chicago Bulls. Listen, guys, seriously, I know how excited you are, but that's okay. You're killing.
What kind of matchup is this?
It was a number 8 against a number 10, or whatever the hell.
Didn't they have some of the same players?
Just about all of them. But there's a component behind this. The hypothetical matchup determining whether the 91 Bulls or the 96 Bulls would win involves analyzing their roster differences. Here's the breakdown. 1991-92 Chicago Bulls, their record was 67-15, and the key players were Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, John Paxson, Billy Cartwright. Now, keep in mind, by the way, that Jordan that year in 91 was at his athletic peak, and Scottie Pippen was early prime. Some of their strengths for that team: high athleticism, strong rebounding because they had Horace Grant, efficient scoring, and great defense led by Pippen. All worthwhile listening to. The 1996-97 Bulls had a record of 69-13. Their key players were Michael Jordan, who had a more refined game, Scottie Pippen, a much more mature playmaker.
Oh, I got to go back. I didn't know I got to go back.
Oh, you don't have to.
Okay.
Dennis Rodman, an elite rebounder and defender. Remember, Dennis Rodman, Tony Kukoc, key bench player, and Luke Longley. The strength set a then record for wins, and they had a killer instinct for the playoffs. The 96-97 Bulls had a slight advantage in wins, but the 91-92 team was known for its exceptional athleticism. While a direct comparison is difficult, it's worth noting that the 96-97 Bulls, despite facing some injuries, were a dominant force, and much of it has to do with the addition of Dennis Rodman playing defense. Ultimately, the outcome of this hypothetical game will be debatable, but right now, AI and Danny the basketball savant is going with the 96 Bulls 114, the 91 Bulls 108. And that is another segment of the AI basketball tournament. Next week, we start the Final Four. Rico, what are your thoughts on that?
I agree with you. I think Rodman was a big factor. It was an excellent rebounder, defensive player, and he was serious. You know, they knew they had a great team, and yeah. So I agree. Jordan was Jordan. Pippen. Those two were just, fabulous.
Yeah, I think Rodman was probably the
that's just my opinion. I remember those teams.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Plus, the more mature Rodman and Pippen and Jordan would know how to cover the younger Pippen and Jordan.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If
I think it's a good call.
Good point.
Good call. All right, listen, before we get back to Jeff, Rico, why don't you tell am I interrupting you?
Well, you didn't let me know which one you want me to do.
Let's talk about our good friends.
All right, here we go.
At the Philly show.
Yes. Great show for those who have been there and want to be there. East Coast Sports Market.
Wait. Lou, were you with us when Rico and I broadcasted from down there and Rico almost smashed up the car?
No.
Oh, I smashed up the car. Yeah, right.
And listen to this one. Yeah. Louis, listen to this one.
Yeah.
We get on the New Jersey Turnpike, right? And
Rico was driving?
I'm driving.
Okay. Yeah.
So I get the ticket for the toll ticket and I hand it to Rico, right?
Yeah.
So now we go to pull off the highway. Rico lost the ticket.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
You lost the ticket.
What did you do you hit the
I did.
What do you call? He hits the rail. When you pay the bill, there's a rail afterwards. He hits the rail. What's going on here?
So that kind of freaked him out.
He blames me for the ticket.
He lost the ticket, so I had to pay the ticket for the entire New Jersey Turnpike.
What was the difference? Do you remember?
Yeah, $30.
Oh, God. All right. Yeah.
Jeez.
Right, Rico,
anyway,
I'm sorry.
East Coast Sports Marketing presents the Philadelphia Sports Collectible Show, also known as the Philly Show, presented in partnership with eBay. Join us Friday, September 19th through Sunday, September 21st at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center. Hall A, 100 Station Avenue, Oaks, Pennsylvania. Inside, you'll find over 300 dealer booths, plus an additional 75 TCG and Pokemon tables. Covering more than
Pokemon guy.
Oh, geez, yeah, I can't wait. Covering more than 130,000 square feet of collectibles. Heaven, wow, big place. Cards from the 1800s to today, signed memorabilia, Pokemon, Funko, merchandise, and more.
Hold on, stop. Do you even know what Funko is?
I have no idea what Funko is.
I thought it was a curse word you were putting in there. Hey, what the hell's a Funko? Do you know?
No.
Oh, well.
Jeff, do you know what a Funko is?
Yeah, little dolls.
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, Funko. Oh. what they got needles in them. Major auction houses and grading and authentication companies on site, and it's family friendly. Kids 10 and under get in free. Look at this! Wow, autograph guests include Philly favorites Fletcher Cox, John Crook, he's great. Von Hayes, good ball player. Terry Mulholland and Garrett Stubbs. Plus, Hall of Famers, get this, Reggie Jackson, Wade Boggs, Andre Dawson, and Tony La Russa. World Series champions Steve Garvey and Bill Madlock.
All great players.
Wow. College football legends Rudy Rudiger and Ricky Williams. And cast members from The Sandlot and the Mighty Ducks movie franchises. Oh, boy. This is going to be some show. That's it. I'm done.
No, what about the read the rest of it?
That's what we need. We need an AI match between movie teams. The Mighty Ducks, the Bad News Bears.
That's all I have.
What did you do? Not print it correctly? Celebrate 50 years of the Philly Show, where it all started. For more information, go to phillyshow.com.
Jeff saying, what the hell's going on with these guys?
Hey, listen,
Jeff, don't do a live read. That's all I'm saying.
All right, listen, let's bring up that image, Louis. Jeff, Heritage Auctions is Heritage Auctions. I got a nice text from my good friend Mike Provenzal and Derek from Heritage Auctions. For our viewers and listeners, this is a one of one. This is a Rico Petrocelli PSA 10, and the bidding, they're estimating that they're going to get $12,000 to $15,000 for this Petrocelli card. I think the bidding is starting at $8,000 or something like that, Rick. Now, the last time this card sold, I believe it sold for 10 grand. They're thinking they're going to get 15, maybe a little more than 15 for it, Rick. So
Why?
my question to you, Rico,
painful,
is,
isn't it, Rico? Just painful.
Well, here's my question to you for Louis and I and JM on our behalf. Is there any shot that you have a few more of these laying around in your house somewhere?
Well, I don't know about tens, but I got a bunch of those, and I'm not sure how to, what.
Well, here's what I suggest you do, and I'm just going to throw this out as a little maybe recommendation, that you take the three best and you sign them and send them to us, and then we can decide if, right, Lou, does that work?
I'm in, yeah.
Well, let me see. I don't know what the best is. You got to tell me what the.
Well, we're gonna let SGC or PSA decide.
Have Jeff come over the house. He's a great.
Jeff or Paul Borges, or both of them can come over.
Absolutely. I got other stuff too.
Now, do we need to give you a piece of the action in the event that we get 10 grand for him?
How much could we need for the record player you got for the back?
A piece? Yeah, I should have kept that. A piece of the action? What action? You're not getting any action.
Well, we may get 10 grand for it.
All right, I'll give you a couple of $100. What do you want? Boy,
all right, I'll take it.
All right, let's go. I want to.
Listen, let's get back to Jeff. I do have a question for Jeff because I asked this question a lot. Vintage second tier Hall of Famers, guys like Killebrew, Rod Carew, K-Line. Is there a market? Is the market for those? Is that market growing at all that you're seeing, Jeff?
I would say yes, and I think it will because they're affordable. They haven't ballooned to the crazy numbers everything else has, and these are legit top 100 players, top 200 players all time. I mean, probably top 100, maybe even top 50. So why not go for a Carew second-year card or, a K-Line second or third-year card when you can buy it, at a high grade for a fairly reasonable price?
Yeah.
Reed?
Well, no, I was going to say, and wait, keep it, and maybe down the road it'll increase if that's what you want. You know what I'm saying? People who collect those players, and I'm surprised, Jeff, that there were a number of players who I thought would be big sellers, big, similar to Ruth and Ted Williams. Those type of what's his name, Stan Musial. I mean, these guys were great players.
But I think it comes down to the fact that they put up phenomenal all-time great numbers.
Yeah.
But they didn't play in all-time great cities, and they didn't win championships. And I think
that's a good point.
That's just the historical nature of the beast. They look back, the Yankees win it every year, and it's just like if Stan Musial played in New York.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Okay.
So let me ask you this then, Jeff. What about guys like, and I'm curious as to how they do in your shop. Let's go back another generation before these players, like guys like Jimmy Fox, guys like Kyle Hubble, guys like I don't know, not Tris Speaker because that's a little too far back, but guys in that category of the third, Dizzy Dean, Rogers Hornsby, have those guys missed the boat on the values of their common cards?
I don't think so. I think Fox and Hornsby are right up there with the best of anything else. I mean, they're elite cards, 33 Gowdy cards, rookie cards. I don't think those guys, but maybe some of the lesser players from like the 33 Gowdies and stuff like that haven't probably peaked yet. It may not for a while. They're affordable still. But, big boys, Hornsby, Fox, they're up there.
We are chatting with Jeff Weisenberg from National Card Investors in Northborough, Massachusetts. A Massachusetts guy, a Red Sox fan. I'm loving it. Rico, you had a question?
No. What has to move, Jeff, for the market on these players to move? I mean, we got unknowns with modern cards. Roman Anthony could break a leg tomorrow, God forbid, and anything could happen to that market. But Al Oliver, Al Kaline has been around for a long time. What's it going to take to move his market to a point where he becomes a little hot?
I think when the price of the Mantles, Mazes, Aarons, Clementis, Koufaxes get to such an unreasonable price that people that are going to want to go to buy cards and continue to build a vintage collection are going to look to these players because, again, they could be 3,000 hit guys and 400 home run guys. And why not? I mean, especially because they'll be affordable compared to the rest of the stuff that's driving the market to crazy, prices.
Jeff, what about the guys that the next generation heading this way, the guys from the 70s, Freddie Lynn, he's not a Hall of Famer, but
Rice.
Jimmy Rice, Dennis Eckersley, those guys. Is the market getting a little warm for those guys too?
I think it's not yet, but I mean, it's warm. I mean, the whole market's warm across the board, but I think those guys are still undervalued. And I think the cardboard that was used by Topps in the mid and early 70s doesn't allow for the high grade card. Like Rico, you're saying your 67 card in a 10 is a 1 of 1. I just think that, those cards from that era, late 60s, early 70s in top grades are going to constantly keep going up because they're just so hard to get. I mean, there's never been a 76 second year George Brett in a 10. They've never graded one a 10.
Right.
So think about what that would go for if somebody were to finally get one.
Good point.
Oh, yeah.
We are chatting with Jeff Weisenberg. Before we take a break, Jeff, one other
question.
No, it's not a question. This is a bone of contention that I have. This whole thing, and I know Brady's heavily involved in it. This whole concept of the vault. What's your take on that?
It's not collectors. It's strictly straightforward investors.
Yeah.
They don't care to look at the card. They probably don't even care what the card looks like. They're just buying a card, putting it into a secure location with the hopes that someday it sells for more, not less. It's probably like a mutual fund or a stock. It really doesn't matter what it looks like. It really doesn't matter what it is. You're just buying it solely for investment. That card's never going to touch your hands.
Yeah,
I don't think it's great, but that's driving the market. The investment, the lottery aspect of it all, I think that's doing nothing but helping us now.
Good. When we come back, if I may, Tom, I just want to ask Jeff about his store, the marketing and et cetera. Well, we'll come back.
All right, and that's good. We're going to take a quick break. We come back. We got Jeff for another segment, our last segment. And then, by the way, Jeff, we have our segment called On Deck with Rico, which is a great little segment that we do every week. So we'll be right back.
Oh, that's right. He's from Massachusetts.
I'm Rebecca Curry, a two-time child cancer survivor, recipient, and advocate for Lucy's Love Bus. The mission of Lucy's Love Bus, 501c3 nonprofit, is to provide joy, comfort, and quality of life for the entire family of children with cancer. Since 2006, they have delivered love and comfort to over 3,000 children with cancer and their family members across New England. The dream of Lucy Grogan, an 11-year-old cancer patient, was to help kids with cancer who are suffering right now, before there is a cure, by offering free, integrative therapies like art, music, horseback riding, and many other activities. Unfortunately, Lucy passed away, but her dream lives on, and today Lucy's Love Bus is thriving.
I'm Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petroselli. I hope that you'll consider supporting Lucy's Love Bus and all of those children who have been stricken by cancer. The Great American Collectibles Show is partnering with Lucy's Love Bus to help these kids. Let's continue Lucy's dream. Please go to lucyslovebus.org for more information.
Pristine Auction is a family-owned and operated online auction specializing in autographed memorabilia, sports cards, coins, art, and collectibles. Since their founding in 2010, they've grown to 2 facilities in Phoenix, Arizona, totaling over 60,000 square feet. Jared Cavalier and an incredible staff of over 150 team members serve a very large customer base and enjoy every minute of it. By working with leading authentication companies, Pristine ensures all items are 100% authentic. In addition, third-party authenticators regularly travel to Pristine Auction to provide authentication services on site. Pristine Auction strives to operate its business in a way that's honoring to God, their families, and their customers. With a strong focus on speed, quality, and premier customer service, their mission is to be the leading online auction for every level of collector and fan. Pristine also works for Hope Sports and Identity Hoops International, traveling to Mexico to build houses for the less fortunate. Pristine Auction offers several online auction formats with thousands of auctions ending each day. For more information, go to pristineauction.com. That's Pristine Auction, the best in the business.
If you're a discerning collector interested in owning the most important pieces in the hobby, look no further than Leland's Auctions. The original sports auction and appraisal house, Leland's was established in 1985 by legendary Pioneer founder Joshua Leland Evans. And today, President Mike Hefner carries on the tradition. From the Tom Brady card and memorabilia collection to the famed Boston Garden Auction to high-end card auctions from every major sport, Leland's has always maintained the highest standards. Go to Lelands.com and get your bid in. That's Leland's, the hobby's leading sports auction house for 4 decades.
It's often been said that championships are won on the practice field, and world records come only to those willing to work harder than everybody else. Heritage Auctions is the world's largest collectibles auctioneer because we believe that becoming the best is only an invitation to the challenge of remaining the best. This requires the skills of the hobby's top experts, capable of identifying and maximizing value for our consigners. It requires the most visited website in the industry, courting a global audience of collectors over 1.5 million strong. It requires a dedicated press department that expands our global reach far beyond the entrenched hobby marketplace. It's hard work, but a simple premise. Present the finest collectibles to the largest population of potential buyers, and world records will come. We invite all listeners to put the unmatched power of Heritage Auctions to work for you. Auction evaluations are always free, and our commission-based fee structure ensures that our interests are always aligned. Highest possible price for your collectibles. There will always be new world records to chase, so let's chase them together. Visit our website at ha.com and request your no-obligation review today.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auctions, here to remind you that the renowned Memory Lane Collectibles Company has served as a beacon of light to the collecting community for the past several decades. Indeed, folks, it has been our utmost privilege and pleasure to provide the most enthusiastic collectors with an abundance of the finest sports cards and memorabilia for America's most coveted sports personalities via our world-class auctions. Whether you choose either a private sale transaction or the auction route, Memory Lane cordially invites you to reach out to us to maximize the value of your prized possessions. Also, it is not just sales that we pride ourselves on being the best of the rest, because if you are seeking a particular keepsake for your esteemed gathering, we will be relentless in our quest to find that special piece to fulfill your collecting dreams. So no time to wait. Reach out to us today for the purposes of capitalizing on our unparalleled marketing capabilities. Simply pick up the phone and dial 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE, or find us on the World Wide Web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Now is the time for your valued consignment to ultimately become another one of Memory Lane's record-setting prices.
Are you a collector looking for that rare trading card or autographed ball or photo? If so, then PB Collectibles in Newport is the place for you. PB Collectibles has graded cards, raw cards, complete sets, and wax boxes of the stars of the future, today, and from the past. We also offer a large selection of both vintage and modern cards. So whether you're looking to add to your collection or sell it, visit us at PB Collectibles, 269 Spring Street in Newport, located across from St. Mary's Church. We are your neighborhood card shop and much more.
Hey, I'm Mike Petroselli. If your company is looking for the best in marketing and promotional items, you'll hit a home run with Petroselli Marketing. With over 8,000 suppliers and 650,000 imprint-ready items, we can get your company the visibility it needs to get your maximum exposure. Whether it be office promotions, wearables, automotive, sports items, and everything in between, Petroselli Marketing can do it all. Our design staff will even work with you from concept to delivery and customize your products. At Petroselli Marketing Group, we will get your brand in front of your audience. Contact us at info@petrosellimkt.com or call us at 603-880-3202. That's Petroselli Marketing, where no dream is impossible.
That's right. No dream is impossible. By the way, that's my oldest son. I have 4 sons. He's 6'7".
He's not 6'7". He's 6 more. He's taller than that.
No, 6'7". He got his height from me. I didn't want to say anything.
I think I could take him low, man. I could take him
Nah,
low.
he's good. He's got a great company. They do excellent work. And go to the website. You can see all the products.
I got to tell you something, Rico. I owe you an apology. No, seriously. Because
yes, you do. You got 2 pens.
I bitched to you for years about a couple of pens.
Right.
And Michael sent me these pens. But I got to be honest with you, Rico, they're good pens.
Oh, very good.
They're fluid. My penmanship looks phenomenal.
Yeah, well, it does. It helps you. Yeah. All right. Speaking of, I want to ask Jeff. Tell us about his store. You know, is his marketing meaning? Do people come in, walk in, or do you do advertising and whatever? Jeff.
I haven't done a lot of advertising yet, except for a little bit. I mean, social media, I'm trying to gain a bigger presence.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it comes down to the 24 years I took off to teach, and now I want to get back in the business. So I really haven't done a lot of advertising yet. It's a lot of walk-ins, word of mouth. You know, people have known me that have been in the business now 47 years. Wow. So I think, you know, I'm kind of counting on that to get me started. And eventually, you know, we'll get into advertising and doing a little more on your show and other avenues. But so far, so good. It's a lot of word of mouth. A lot of people knew me. I have one showcase in a buddy of mine's store that's been there for about 20 years. It's a vintage showcase. And, you know, now people know that instead of just one showcase, they can come see a whole store full of product like that. So that's definitely been a benefit. You know, my buddy and I work together. I promote his store. He promotes mine. So it's not like we're competing against each other. It's been very amicable.
Love that. Love hearing that.
Jeff, what's the most pleasant surprise about getting into retail since you get into retail? What's the thing that's delighted you the most that you didn't expect?
I'm not teaching. Yesterday would have been the first day of school. No, I mean, I like people. I mean, I spent all the years early on in Rotman's, you know, in their showroom, you know, dealing with people. I love to go to shows. I love to meet people. I think that just, you know, getting to know what they collect and why they collect and how they collect is very intriguing to me. So I think, you know, being in the store and, you know, getting to see these people as they come in and why do they collect Red Sox cards, or why do they collect Bruins cards, or why do they collect Yankees cards, or why do they collect a certain player? Like, you know, why do I collect Cepeda? I've got a buddy who collects Amos Otis. For whatever reason, I think that's the part about being here.
That's right.
Amos Otis. Point. That's interesting.
Amos Otis.
That's a good player, boy.
No, he was. Hey, Jeff, you don't have a booth at the National, do you?
I don't. I haven't been to the National years. My show is usually the Shriner Show, the Greater Boston Sports Collectors Show in November. Because as being a teacher, I mean, obviously the Nationals in the summer, but being a teacher, it was hard to like take time off of school to do a show, especially a 3-day show. You take a day off, but I've been doing that show for now 20 plus years.
Yeah, we'll stop by and say hi.
Yeah.
That show is, I think, the first weekend of November.
Yeah, it's Halloween, the 31st, the 1st, and the 2nd.
Yeah, we stop by every year. Rico, the only time Rico stops by is if he's doing a signing, of course. All right, listen, I want to talk about our friends at the Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency. Finkelmeyer Insurance has been insuring collectibles since the early 80s. The late Tom Finkelmeyer wrote the original sports memorabilia insurance policy when no one else in the industry was insuring sports collectibles. A lifelong collector of sports cards, Tom Sr. instilled the love of collecting in Tom Jr., the current president of Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency. Tom Finkelmeyer Jr., with 3 decades of insurance experience, has paired that expertise with 50 years of collecting. With a litany of professional designations, including counseling and risk management, Tom covers every aspect of your collectible insurance needs. Unlike some of the companies that sell collectibles insurance, quotation, directly to the consumer online, Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency is the only independent retail agent who specializes in sports memorabilia and collectibles nationwide. Representing all major companies that sell collectibles insurance, there is no agent that insures more collectors, dealers, appraisers, auctioneers, or events in the collectibles hobby than Finkelmeyer Insurance. 2 of our good friends, hobby legend John Tobby of JT Sports and JP Cohen of Memory Lane Auction, both have been using Finkelmeyer for over 20 years. For more information, go to thefia.com. thefia.com. That's Finkelmeyer Insurance Agents.
Nice job. Very nice.
All right, it's time for our segment On Deck with Rico, brought to us each week by our good friend, another good friend, Brian Dwyer and the great staff at REA Auctions. Don't forget to get your bid in by going to robertedwardauctions.com. That's Robert Edward Auctions for extraordinary results and extraordinary service.
I've got one for Rico. Before we get to it, I got one for Rico.
Go ahead, go.
When you do the vacuuming, Rico, do you do like an outfield pattern in the rug, or do you just
yeah, how'd you know that? Yes, I have that ability. Well, they taught me at Fenway, and it looks good. I got a little baseball with a bat, like a round circle and the bat going through it.
Nice.
So yeah.
Does Elsie approve?
Yes. She says, keep doing it. Thank you very much.
Hey, by the way, Rico and I up here in Massachusetts, and we're going to get you involved. As a matter of fact, last year we were the MCs. Lucy's Love Bus is a nonprofit agency out here that deals with kids with cancer. Great organization. Rico and I have partnered with them, and they do a big silent auction. Rico and I MC'd it. And when we're in Florida, and I'm looking forward to it this year, Rico, we partner with Little Smiles, another organization for kids with cancer and other ailments. So we'll be doing a big fundraiser down there again this year. Probably, I don't know. I think they're putting it together, but we will have some great memorabilia donated by our great sponsors for silent auction for kids with cancer. So we are looking forward to that. Lucy's Love Bus and Little Smiles. All right, Rico, this week's question, this is simple. This is just your opinion. Submitted by Billy Schofield. Rico, what are your true thoughts on Roman Anthony?
What do you mean true thoughts?
What are your thoughts?
Oh, thanks. I mean true. Like I'm going to say untrue thoughts.
I don't know.
But no, it's all right. I just the kid is. What's amazing to me is how mature he is. In other words, he's come up and he looks like he's been in the big leagues for 5 years, 6 years. His ability, to be able to turn on a pitch, a good fastball. He's 21 years old. Usually guys still in the minor leagues at that age, but just a tremendous player, hitter especially. Does have, a little weakness, but if he learns the strike zone a little bit better, he's even going to be just a star, really.
All right, so your
possibly a superstar. Possibly.
Your best
if
right. So your best friend,
my best friend,
your best friend coming up in the majors was Tony Conigliaro.
Oh.
How do you compare the two at that age? How old was Tony when he broke in, Rick?
Well, he was, how old was he?
19?
Yeah, he was really young. I mean,
is there any comparison between the two?
No.
No.
No, different type hitter. Tony was a power hitter.
Yeah.
This kid's got power. Don't get me wrong, but Tony, pretty much a pull hitter, but he could hit him out the right field too. I think Tony had more power, and I'd say that's probably the biggest.
How about on the fielding end of it?
No. Anthony is Tony wasn't noted for his fielding.
I know.
And neither is Anthony, but yeah.
No, Anthony's not bad though.
Yeah, he's adequate.
He's not a superstar.
What
But
I
he's
like
not
about
bad.
him, what I like about him, Rico, is he covers his zone really well. He's really good up in the zone for a left-handed hitter, isn't he?
Yes, you're right. And he's hit a bunch of home runs, some home runs up there.
He's
They keep
really
feeding him up. They keep feeding him up and hoping it's going to beat him, and he's good up there.
Yeah.
But not only that, but he's really Jeff, jump in here, man. He's really disciplined. He is so. I mean, he's got a fabulous eye for the baseball, man.
I wasn't around for Tony C, but I don't know how you can compare anybody to Tony C. So,
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Different style of hitter.
But a phenomenal player so far. I just hope that the Red Sox don't play the Mookie Betts, Rafael Devers game and sign this kid, and then 3 years later trade him off to some other place where he wins 3 World Series. So,
well, he's got 8 years, right? He signed.
Yeah, he's got 8 years. Actually, I think they stole him. To be honest,
100%.
Yeah,
of course.
Jeff, when you're talking to young kids about diversifying into vintage, what's the big objection you get? What don't they like about vintage? What stops them from going there?
It's funny. I've only been open literally only been open like 6 weeks now, and I've actually had a few high school age kids come in, and it's not hard. I think they're willing to listen, and I think they want to diversify. I think they want to, go back and learn the stats of these players from the 50s, 60s, 70s. I haven't really had any, anybody say that they're not interested. We're just going to stick with the Roman Anthonys and the Otanis and the Trouts and all these guys. I think they've been amicable to doing it. They really want to understand. They want to know who these players were.
You know something, Jeff? I'm offering our services, my services, not Rico's, but I'm serious. If you ever, I would love to come down someday. If you put it together and you get some, as these kids are building your customer base, let's get some young kids in there, and we'll give them a little, we'll chat with them, talk to them about how to diversify their portfolios, why it's important, and not to have all their eggs in one basket. I'd love to do that.
I would love to do that. I definitely can promote that social media, and as I build up enough people to come in and do that, definitely speak with you about doing it.
Yeah.
All right, listen, we're just about out of time. Jeff, it's been a real pleasure, a breath of fresh air.
Great meeting.
Talking about the vintage market. We hope that you're going to come aboard, and we'd love to bring you in periodically. You bring a lot to the table, especially when it comes to vintage conversation. Rick,
I appreciate it.
It was
Rico.
that was
you're going to
great.
have Rick. I just got a new order of cigars in. I diversified. Yeah, I diversified a little bit. I got some Romeo and Juliets.
Whoa!
I also have the
time.
Baccarats, but I'm the
Baccarats are anyway.
Whoa,
Listen,
what?
Go ahead.
You got a problem with the Baccarats?
That's like White Owl found in the.
It's not.
Anyway, Jeff, it was really great to meet you, and we wish you the best. We really do.
Good. Look forward to seeing you down the road, Jeff. Louie, as always, we love you. Great job.
Louis.
Rico, say hi to Elsie, and to our viewers and listeners, we can't thank you enough. We say this every week. If it wasn't for you guys, we would not be here. The numbers have been great. The ratings have been great, and we get a lot of support from people like you. So with that being said, happy collecting.
Terrific.